Welcome to Promo Chat's deep dive video seminar. We're really excited this week to have Javier from, actually, I don't even know your company there. I didn't even ask the important questions.
All-Star Incentive Marketing.
All-Star Incentive Marketing. Perfect. Yeah, we're being super efficient on a crazy Friday here, so we're really proud of ourselves. Yeah, so you are such an active member of the Promo Chat team, and we're so excited that we got to have you on today.
Oh, I appreciate it. Hello to everybody on the Promo Chat family.
Well, hello back. Yeah, so we're going to go through this really quickly. So our question this week, we looked on how you bring in tech into your regular workday. And so our question was, how do you manage your appointments when you're on the road? How do you stay on top of all your tasks while still collaborating with the folks back at HQ? And your response was, it's a big tweet here, I use Outlook for calendar and email, OmniFocus, New Edition for managing to-dos, Evernote for note-taking, HubSpot for CRM and meeting scheduling tool, and Drift app for when leads hit our bot. Okay. I am not a tech person at all. I'm still the hardcore notebook. So I think we came up with this question where I'm like, okay, I need all the apps. And you've just put a ton of apps into this. So
yeah. So it's funny because a lot of people are like, that's a lot. How do you manage that? How does it save time? But it's actually not. And every little app has its purpose, right? So for inbound marketing, we use Drift on our website. So myself or a teammate, if somebody hits our website and interacts with our bot, one of us will get pulled into a chat right away. It goes right to my phone. So I can be standing in line getting a coffee and talking to a potential lead. From there, if it works, then I'll drop them my calendar link and they can pick a convenient time and boom, meeting's booked and it goes right to my calendar. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to play the 10-question game. Are you available Tuesday at 2? Okay, how about Wednesday at 1? And it cuts that out. So there's some time savings. Alternatively, if I'm emailing somebody, a lead or so, I'll drop my HubSpot meeting link. Again, goes right to my calendar. When they book it, the CRM's already taken care of a lot of the entry work for me. I don't have to really worry too much about that. So that's where those kind of play in. Those are more my leads and my CRM. When it comes to my day-to-day, I'm in my Evernote, so I'm taking photos at like conventions and such. I'll take photos, write them in my Evernote, or if I'm quick, I'm just taking quick photos and I'll add them to my Evernote later and put them under their vendor's notebook. For business cards or for travel, I can organize all that, have it in one spot, and I can say, all right, go to my Evernote. I know it's in my travel, and I can pull up my itinerary for whatever trip I'm on. And then as far as I use Outlook for my email, and with integrations with Outlook, you can go ahead and plug in HubSpot, plug in Zoom, and schedule all that right there in your thing. So when you look at it, it's probably saving me a couple hours of pokes on my iPhone and taps and such a week. But at the same time, having those integrations just allows me to be more optimized and I can focus more on the conversation I'm having and not have to worry about going back and logging something into CRM later.
Yeah, all those minutes totally add up, and and if you manage to make it so smooth from the first touch point of the client to like the true interaction, like that's probably saved you just the convenience of it is probably a major factor in your interactions with each touch point.
Oh, it definitely is. And the funny thing is it seems like a lot when you list it out like that, but when you get into a flow, it's like anything. When you get into a flow of it, it's so seamless. And then I can just say, okay, open this. Yep, done, and check it off. And you don't have to worry about the back end knowing it's already been completed.
Yeah, you're all set there. Awesome. Okay, so we were wondering, like, with all the apps that you have, like, how do you work it into your routine? Like, so you've shown how you have the flow of your customers. So how do you work it into, like, knowing that it's the right app or tech for you? Like, I'm really curious on how you find them and how you work them in. Like, how do you say, this is what I'm going to try, here's my time period of trying it, and what if it doesn't work out? Like, what is your learning curve for it that you give it?
So it depends on what it is and whatnot. So what I typically do is every day I go on Apple's App Store, because every day the App Store refreshes with featured apps and such. And I look and see, okay, is there anything here that can help me? It takes me a minute to do, and I go in and I say, okay, yep, nope, 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 nope. Oh, so OmniFocus, which is a new one for me, task management. That one was one that came up in the App Store, and I said, okay, this will sync across my iPad, which is my basic mobile workstation, and my iPhone, so I can keep track of all my tasks. I tried it for 2 weeks. I had a 2-week trial, which is typically what I like to do. I like to trial things, and I don't fully ingrain with the trials. I say, okay, do I see a little bit of a time savings here? Is it worth the investment of maybe a paid subscription or such? And then after trying it out, if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, we move on, because apps are, like pop-up shops. They come every day. There's always one that kind of relates to another, and, something will come along. But the real good apps are the ones that always come up on the Apple featured. And that's where I typically go to find apps that'll work for what I do.
Perfect. Yeah, so that would have been my other question of like, so where do you find each one? But that's a great source for it, is like, besides me being like, let's do a promo chat, and then I'm just going to research everything.
Yeah.
I like to crowdsource all my information.
It's funny because sometimes you get weird app recommendations from weird places. So I mentioned this in the promo chat. Dale Denham from Geiger did a wonderful education class at a recent NEPA show I was at. And one app that I just added to my thing was called LastPass, which is a password saving app. And I didn't think I would ever like a password savings app or would use it. I added it. I did the free trial. I love it. I don't have to think about it. Everyone has its own every vendor has their own secured password, and I don't have to worry about it. And that was a wonderful addition. So definitely recommend his class. If anybody ever sees that he's offering it, take it. My advice.
Yeah, no, I've done his like with a couple years in between, and every year I take, he just downloads so much information on what you can take, and I've always taken away one thing, and every time I'm like, I need to do more, because sometimes it is like it's a small change, it's a small app, or it's a small time saving, and it makes a big difference. So like my main one, so I took off the email notifications where it doesn't pop up, and I've just found like my focus is better, and so yeah, so I highly suggest if anyone can find video of Dale, go for it. So,
yeah, and one other little tip that Dale showed me is doing quick shortcuts in Outlook. So quick shortcuts allows me, when I'm in Outlook, I can say forward to Evernote, forward to Omni, and I don't have to worry about copy paste. That I write this down, forwarding the email, and it automatically logs. Is another great time saving tip, as well as actually say work offline in Outlook. So instead of being barraged by all the incoming, you can take it at your own pace, relax, and go forward.
Yeah. Learn everything. So I'm really curious, because like Evernote seems, this isn't the first time it's come up for you as Evernote being like a big sales tool for you. So if someone's going to learning, they're like, okay, I know I need to do Evernote because he does it, and it seems like it's a big thing. Was there one aspect of it that you would really suggest for someone looking to start in corporate? Like, you have to start using this feature of it, and once you get that, it kind of bleeds through. Like, is there like a feature? Is there something like that you would suggest for someone?
Specifically in Evernote?
Yeah, well, or if you're just like, this is the other one.
So Evernote, I really love. I actually have a paid subscription to it. So the two things I would say are definitely key is utilizing your Evernote email. So with Evernote, you get a link that you can email something to that email, and it'll add to your Evernote. So when I'm say I have an email I need to follow up on or something like that, or my travel information itinerary, I just press, I forward that email to my Evernote email, and it automatically logs it right into Evernote, which I can sort it into its appropriate notebook later. The other really cool tool that Evernote has is on your phone or your app, you can use the Evernote scanner. And so for business cards, it'll scan the business card and it'll keep all the information as a business card's information, or log a document. It's a great document scanner if you're scanning receipts for when you have to get them to accounting later on. It'll scan the receipt. It's a great little scanner. You don't have to worry about it. And that's what I do to all my receipts. I have to turn in. I just scan them, and I'm like, okay, print this page, print this page, print this page for the accounting department every month. instead of having to
You want to
carry
like
around 80 receipts.
download Evernote even more now, right?
Yeah, instead of having to carry 80 receipts around, oh, what happened to the one when I was at Dunks? No, it's in there.
Oh yeah, I'm that person. I think you're going to change my life a little bit here. Just so you know. Awesome. So I
Awesome.
just have one more question. So, how do you what's your best tip on using the apps? Because it seems you have them connecting all aspects of your sales cycle. So, how do you sort of use them to sell? And like, what is your number one tip for people where like the one takeaway that they can have on this of being like, make sure you, or like what of technology has really helped you in this section of the sales cycle? Like, is it your live chat on your site? Is it Drift? Is it HubSpot? Is it even just Zoom for meetings or anything?
It's hard because they all play their own role, right? So if I had to say the one that makes the most sense in my sales cycle would actually be HubSpot. And the reason why is in HubSpot, I can do my emails. I can actually send emails from my HubSpot. I can go ahead and send my clients or my contacts my meeting link to just book a meeting on my calendar, or I can track all my pipeline deals right in HubSpot. So I can look at a deal on a board and say, okay, this one here needs attention because it's past due or whatnot, and prioritize my day by looking at HubSpot. But again, everyone plays its role. For instance, Zoom does meetings, and OmniFocus lets me hit my task list every day and such. So it's hard to say which one is specifically the best one, but for sales specifically, I would say HubSpot was my number one daily go-to.
Awesome. Okay. And one more question. What are you on the free trial for right now? Like, what are you testing out?
Well, the only other one, I just finished my trial for LastPass, and I just paid my subscription for OmniFocus. So at the moment, there's nothing, but I do want to say that Apple Shortcuts with Siri has been a wonderful new tool. So for anybody that doesn't know, Apple has a app called Shortcuts, and what it is you can select a shortcut. So for instance, I can say hit a button, it'll pull up the directions to my next meeting, start my playlist, all in the same time, saving me multiple pokes. And I call these pokes, I don't know what the technical term is. Steve Jobs or someone at Apple can come after me. But even something simple as what does my day look like, shortcut that I've made, it goes ahead, tells me, Siri will tell me what my day looks like, if there's anything I need to pay attention to that I've flagged. I can open up Evernote. I mean, there's so many different little things, and it's not like you have to be crazy coder or anything like that. It's actually pretty user friendly, and all you have to do is say, "Hey Siri," and she pops up, and she's ready to go. So that's kind of what I'm playing with right now.
Okay, so you've just given me a ton of stuff to do this weekend, like figure out Evernote, figure out HubSpot. Like, yeah, thanks. You filled my day. Well, awesome. Thank you so much for your time. And where can we find you on the internet?
So on Twitter and on LinkedIn, it's Javier Solutions. That's going to be the easiest way and fastest way to find me. Or you can go to allstarandcentermarketing.com, and I'll be on the Drift bot.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And remember, everyone, promo chat, come join us Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Pacific time and 3 p.m. Eastern time. And we look forward to seeing you then.
Have a good one, everybody.
Take care.